Happy Monday. We'll go ahead and get started. So let's start by bringing some attention to our body, settling the body in a stable, comfortable, upright position, serviceable for meditation. So we keep our feet flat and our back straight, torso open. Try to avoid leaning on the backrest or slouching. Our eyes are gently closed or slightly open. Our gaze is unfocused and downward. And then try to scan through the body and see if there are any places of unnecessary tension that you can relax. Trying to remain upright without rigidity. Allowing the body to fall into place and hang on itself comfortably. And try to feel like you're containing your awareness to the body and mind. Allowing the sights and sounds, smells and sensations around you to be as they are without investigating, without attending to them in any way. Let go of thoughts of the past and plans for the future. Use the physical sensation of the air as it passes into and back out of the tip of the nostril to anchor your attention in the present moment. Noticing quickly when anything that isn't that present moment physical sensation arises in the mind. And gently, without judgment or frustration, just lift your attention from that distraction, placing it back on that present moment physical sensation, trying to elongate those periods where you remain on the breath without distraction. Then generate a broad, altruistic motivation for your time, recognizing the kindness of others and the status of others as suffering sentient beings, and wanting to use your time to develop your good qualities, your abilities to be of benefit to sentient beings. And then we'll continue contemplating the fourth of the 8 verses of thought transformation. So this verse is: whenever I see beings of bad nature and those oppressed by intense negativity and suffering, I will practice holding such rare ones dear, as if I had found a precious treasure. Whenever I see beings of bad nature and those oppressed by intense negativity and suffering, I will practice holding such rare ones dear, as if I had found a precious treasure. So the first of those 2 groups of people that we will try to practice holding dear are those of here what's called bad nature. People who are habituated strongly to tendencies and patterns that are difficult to be around. People who are consistently short-tempered, people who are strongly self-centered, people perhaps even who we find cruel or mean-spirited in general. So when we relate to people like this, what does the mind naturally do? Does strong aversion naturally arise? Or do we recognize that people in this category are objects of compassion and love? Do we see this as an opportunity to grow in our own practice? Or do we just want comfort and safety? I'm trying to think if you know of people that you would consider to be in this category. And think, do you have a strained relationship with them? Is that due to your own preference to always meet with pleasing words, kind actions, to never be disturbed? Is it possible to have a braver attitude that can respond to harm with compassion and love? Try to imagine what changes you might make in daily life to embody this training, and see yourself making those changes. And then the second group of those oppressed by intense negativity and suffering. People in this group could be those who are mentally ill, those who have extreme physical illness, those who are dealing with substance abuse issues, perhaps those who are homeless. And try to think about how the mind again naturally reacts when we come across people that remind us of the possibility of intense suffering and negativity in the human experience. Do we find those interactions also difficult? Do we want to hide from those experiences? Do we find it uncomfortable? Again, recognize that these interactions too are times to recognize our current limits of patience, compassion, generosity, loving kindness. These are opportunities to develop these qualities. The Buddhas and Bodhisattvas can look at all sentient beings with equal regard, completely equanimous love and compassion. So if we want to move in that direction, we must take seriously that goal and work toward it day by day. So again, think about people in this group show up for you in daily life and how you react. And what changes, internal mental changes and outward physical actions, verbal and physical actions, what changes you can make. And then when you're ready, we'll come back together. And then we'll dedicate. So recollect your altruistic motivation and think that contemplating in this way, you've actualized that motivation. You've created positive energy by doing so. That energy will ripen in the future as constructive, beneficial experiences. And so feel as though you offer that energy for the benefit of others, completely letting go the fruits of your practice. Thinking, may that energy ripen in whatever way is most beneficial for sentient beings, up to and including providing the causes and conditions for their enlightenment. May it serve as a cause and condition for my own enlightenment, in order that I have the tools and the ability to perfectly benefit sentient beings. And by having practiced in this way, may any karmic obstacles facing the long lives of our gurus be completely dispelled. And may we and all sentient beings come under the joyful care of the enlightened beings in this moment. May we be guided and protected until our swift enlightenment. Thank you.